Good morning everyone, this is BremSter and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle by Tazinator called Losing Its Religion. Now, this is Tazinator's third puzzle and submitted this saying he was very happy with it. I don't know anything about this puzzle, didn't even run it through testing. I really like to support new creators and get their puzzles out there and seen. I think it is very important for a new setter to understand that their puzzles are appreciated. And that the community will try and get behind them if they put themselves out there. So we'll see how this one goes. The big problem I have with this is the losing its religion thing is from a different channel, and while I'm happy to support it, it's kind of not my thing. But you know, occasionally you've got to bend over a bit and do something to support the community. But yeah, it's I'm probably not going to play on that one too much because yeah, that's a thing from a different channel, and yeah, not something that I tend to play with. I try and not cross the streams too much. But let's have a look at the puzzle, shall we? Losing Its Religion by Tazinator. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. All threes must be either in the corners or the center of the 3x3 region they're in. So yeah, that's what we end up with for threes. They cannot be in the cells in the middle, corners, or the center of the region they're in. Digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage, so killer. Cells separated by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio, which just means one is double the other. Not all dots are necessarily given. Digits placed on the purple Renban lines must be a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So what that means basically is if this was to be a 1, then the other two digits on the line would have to be 2 and 3, but they could be in any order, and that's so that the digits were consecutive. Similarly, this could be a 4 and 2, 3, 4 is still consecutive, or this could be a 5, 3, 4, 5 is still consecutive. They don't have to be in order. And then we've got green German Whisper lines, and adjacent digits on a German Whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. So people are going to hear my German Whisper rant again, or explanation, not rant. So I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So there's a few things I can see here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start at the top, which is a 6 cage you can only make up with the 3 minimum digits, 1, 2, and 3, but a 3 must be in the corner, so I cannot put a 2 here. So 3 is in one of those two cells. Now, because if this was a 1, these would have to be 2 and 3, and they can't be. If this was a 2, I would have to put a 3 on this Renban line, and I can't. So this actually has to be the 3, and these are 1 and 2, and these are 4 and 5. So that becomes, because this now has to be 3, 4, 5, because I can't use 2 on the line. So that becomes forced. So that's a nice beginning. Now, the other thing I noticed is in box 6, this has to be a 5. And the reason for that is you can never put 5 on a German Whisper line, because a 5 on a German Whisper line, you can't do anything 5 different within the range of Sudoku digits. If I go down 5, I hit 0 or lower. If I go up 5, I hit 10 or higher. So you can never put 5 on a German Whisper line. Now, the other thing I end up with is, I saw immediately, is these black dots in box 3. There are 3 digits you can never put on a black dot, and those are 5, 7, and 9. And the reason for that is every digit on a black dot has to have a digit and then its double. So, and you have to stay within the range of Sudoku digits. So 1 would go with 2, 2 would go with 4, 3 would go with 6, 4 would go with 8. And then if you hit 5, you would have to go up to 10. And that doesn't work. 10's not in the range of Sudoku digits. And with those digits, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8, I never said 5, 7, and 9. So 5, 7, and 9 can never go on, black dots. One of the, and of those, 1, 2, and 2, 4 share a 2. So I can't use those. I have to use these. So one of these is going to be 1, 2. One of these is going to be 4, 8. And one of them is going to be 3, 6. But the 1, 2, and 3 have to be down here. Not sure about that yet. This 16 cage might be limited because I can't use a 1, a 2, or a 3 in it. So if I can't use 1, 2, 3, the minimum digits I've got available are 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 sum to 15. So I can only increase one of them by 1. So this has to be 4, 5, 7. That's absolutely forced because 4, 5, 6 is 15. I can increase one digit by 1. If I increase the 4, I've got to leapfrog the 5 and the 6, and I've increased by 3. If I increase the 5, I've got to leapfrog the 6, I've increased by 2. So the only digit I can increase is the 6. So this is 4, 5, 7, which means this is the 9. These are not the 9. I can't put 5 or 7 on a black dot. So this is the 4. And remember, the 4 had to go with the 8. If I do 4, 2, then I can't make up the other digits because I'll have 3, 6, and then the other will be 1, 8, which isn't doubled. So the 4 goes with the 8. There's no 4 in here. These are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and... No. 6 and 8, which is correct. So this is the 6, this is the 3, this is the 8. And this is the 1, 2 pair, which means I have to put 1 and 2 in here. And I can put 1, 2 in a 9 cage if I make this 6. Okay. Now, can I take this any further? Because I can't put 5 in this 9 cage. So it must have a 2 in it because it's 1, 2, 6 or 2, 3, 4. So this is either 1, 2, 6 or 2. So this is 3, 4 or 6. Because it's 1, 2, 6 or 2, 3, 4. And hang on, if it's 1, 2, this is 6. And if it's 2, 3, this is the only place for 3. So this is either 1, 2 or 2, 4. And it must contain a 2. This is a 3 or a 6. Eight is in one of those two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not sure. 8, 9, not sure. 15 in 5 is completely forced. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can't put 1 and 2 in here. But this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple now. So 3 is in here, so there's no 3 in here. And that's because I've got to put 3 in this cage somewhere, and it's not in this quintuple, it is not down here. But this, if this is a 1, this is 2, 3. But 3 is in here, so this is not 1. If this is 2, this has to have 3 on it, but 3 is in here, so this can't be 2 either. This is 3, 4, or 5. I should possibly be looking at these, because I can... Right, I should possibly be looking at that, but I'm going to try and get more out of this, because these are 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is 6, 7, or 9. It's not actually helping. One, 2, 4, 5. Not quite there. If this is the 3, I couldn't go down, or could I? 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, maybe. There's a 3 in here. Could I put 3 on this line? Could I go 2, 3, 4, 1, 5? Maybe. Let's look over here, because I have seen something over here. So 4 and 6 are quite restricted on whisper lines as well, because 4, first of all, you've got alternating high-low on a whisper line. And the reason for that is if you grab any low digit 1 through 4 and make a 5 difference. You can't go down because you'll leave the range of Sudoku digits. And if you go up with a 5 difference, you must leapfrog over the 5. And if you start high, you can't go up without leaving the range of Sudoku digits. And if you go down, you must leapfrog the 5. And in each case, you're going from low to high or high to low. So they will always alternate high-low. Now, 4 and 6 are quite restricted because there's only one neighbor that 4 has within the range of Sudoku digits, which is 9, and 6 only has one neighbor, which is 1. So 4 can only go at the end of a line, because if I put 4 in the middle of a line, both of the digits that it touches, because these are all in the same box, would be the same. And that doesn't work. But 4 can't go in those ends. So 4 is in one of those ends, which means 9 is in one of those two. But it can't be there. So this is not the 4. This is the 4. This is the 9. So this is low. So this is a 1 or a 2 because it can't be 3 and it can't be 4. This is high. So this is 6 or 7 only because it can't be 8 or 9. Now the 6 has to go somewhere, and it's here, here, or here. And wherever it goes, it's going to be next to a 1. But that can't be a 6 because that can't be a 1. So the 6 is in one of those two. So the 1 is in one of those two. But that doesn't force this, I don't think. Well, this can't have 8 on it anymore. So 8 is on this line, and it's in one of those 3. If 8 was here... No, that all works. Because 8 can go with 1, 2, or 3. So that would be a 3, that'd be a 1 or a 2. I've still got... Yeah, I'm not sure. This needs a low and a high. I am confuzzled here. I am quite confuzzled. Three is in one of those two. Maybe it's this 3 rule, which I'd completely forgotten. 3 can't be here. Right, 3 and 3 can't be here because... No, wait a minute. 3 is in one of these, and 3 has to be in either the corner or the center of its box. This is a 3. That's what I needed to know. So this has to have... Well, this can't be 1, 2, 3, because that would break that. And it can't be 3, 4, 5, because that would break this. So this has to be 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 is broken. 3, 4, 5 is broken. 2, 3, 4 is the only option. So this becomes the 5, this becomes the 1, this becomes the 2, this becomes the 4. That 4 takes 4 out of those. So 4 is in one of those two, meaning that is not a 4. It's the 3 rule that I needed to pay attention. And a 3 needs to go into the corner of this box. So there's a 3 in one of those two. And there's a 3 in, can't be in any of those, and it can't be there. There's a 3 in one of those two. Which means in this box, 3 can't be in those, because 3 is, in this box is in those two. I can't put 3 in there or in there. So in this box, 3 has to go in here, and I can't put it in either of those two. That's a 3. This is... Okay, it's an interesting rule. I'd definitely forgotten it. So 3 can only go next to 8, because 3 can only go next to 8 or 9. 6 and 7 is too close. So there's an 8 in one of those two. 3, 8, 1, 6 works. 3, 8, 1, 2, 7 works. Huh. Yeah. But this is now 2, 4. So this can't be 2 or 4, but that can. But this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Whoops, that's the wrong mark. 6, 7, 8, or 9. So if this is 3, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this is a 3, how do I get up to that? I don't. This has to be the 5, which takes 5 out of all of those, which means this is the 3, which puts 3 in one of those two. Now, if this is a 3, this has to be a 9. But 9 is in one of those 3, so that would work. Now, this can't get up to 9. This can only go as high as 7. So this can't be 8 or 9. Now, I could still put a 4 here, I think. So this is either 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7. But 8 is in here now, which means 8 is in here. Well, actually, this 2 at the top makes this the 1. There's no 1 in here. This is a 2, 4, which looks up meaning this is the 1. This is the 2, because I had to put a 2 in here, which means this is 6. Which means 6 is in one of those two. Huh. This is now a 3. It's the only place for it in the box. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, and 9. And this 4 is making that the 9 and that the 4. This 5 makes this 7 and this 5. That looks back making this a 6, 9 pair. Nice. And this is 7 and 8. There's some weird stuff going on here. That is a high digit. It sees 1, 2, and 3, and I can't put 4 in the middle of the run without making both of those 9, and I can't make either of them 9. In fact, it sees 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is a high digit. This is 7 or 8 only. So this is low. Well, this is high, so it's not the 3. This is the 3. So this is the 8. So this is 6 or 7, and this is 1 or 2. There you go. That's some stuff. This is not the 3 anymore. This is the 3. And I've got to put a 1 or a 2 on this with a 6, 7, or 9. But I think I've got all the 3s now. No, I don't. I have not put that 3 in. Now I've got all the 3s. This 7 looks down. This is the 6, this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 7. The 2 looks up making this the 1 and this the 2. This is now a triple, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 6, and 9. But I have to put a low digit on this. I can't put the 1 in. I have to put a low digit on this. So this is not the 1, but this one looks over, meaning this is not the 1. This is the 1, but 6 or 9 are either possible. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But there's a 2, 4 pair. So this is the 8 and this is the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. 2, 4 pair means that's not a 4. Right. Now, if this is a low digit, it's a 1. If this is a low digit, it's a 2. But if that's a 2, this would have to be a 1, which it can be. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 7, and 9. So this is a 7 because it sees a 5 and a 9. So it can take 7 out of those. This is now 5 and 9, which is remarkably unhelpful. This 5 means that's not a 5. That's now a 4, 6, 7 triple. So that's the 2, and that's the 4, and that's the 2, and that's the 4. This is very strange. Where is 7 in column 3? Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't put a 7 there or there or there because of these 7. So that's a 7. So these are 6, 8, and 9. There's no 9 there. That's a 7. How am I doing for 7s now? Okay. Again, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. No, more important than that, where is 4 in this column? Because 4 and 4 means 4 is down here. That 4 means it's not there. So 4 is in, but 4 is in one of those. So 4 is in one of those two. Ah, no, that isn't. I thought I'd placed 4 there. But I don't think I have. Because if this is 4, this is 6, 7. If this is 4, this is 4, 6. Either way, there's a 6 on this. But I knew that because of the 4, 6, 7 triple. But the 4, 6, 7 triple gives me this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. And this 9 is giving me the order. This is the 8. This is the 9. So this is a 5. So there's no 5 here. This is a 4, 7. So this is a 5. This is a triple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's no 1 there. This 5 makes this 9. So this is a triple. This could be useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if this is a 1, this is a 2. It's okay. If this is a 2, this is a 1 or a 3, and it can't be either. So this is not a 2. If this is a 5, this is a 6 or a 4. Well, it can't be a 4. So if this is a 1, this is a 2. If this is a 5, this is a 6. So this is a 2 or a 6. This is a 6. This is a 1. I am confused. I am quite confused. Five, 6 would make this 6. So what's this quadruple maybe? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's all the even numbers. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Well, there's no 2 or 8 in there. And there's no 4 there. So this is a 2, 6, 8 triple. That's a 4. 2, 6, 8 triple. So there's an 8 in there. There's no 8 there. So this is a 6, 9 pair. So this is the 8. There's no 8 there. This is a 2, 6 pair. Okay, so that was something. So this is now a quadruple. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that can't be right. Oh, because it's not a quadruple, it's a quintuple. 6, 7, 8, 9. But this can't be 5 because it's on a whisper line. 6 would go with 1. 2 can't go with 6. So this is 1, 8, or 9 only. Can't be 9 because there's a 9 there. And it can't be an 8 because there's an 8 there. This is a 1, which means this is a 6. Which means this is a 5. This is not a 1 or a 5. This is a 2. So this is what's left in the box, which is the 8, which takes 8 out of there. I take 1 out of there. This is 5, 6, 9, which means this is the 2. This is not 2 or 5. This is the 1. I didn't get that in an elegant way, I don't think. There's no 1 here, so the 6, 7 pair makes this the 1. This 5 looks up making this 7 and this 5. I don't think I did that the best way, but I got there. 6 and 7. The 7 looks over making this 4 and this 7. That looks back making this 6, and therefore this is the 4. It's all that's left. This is not the 4. This 6 looks across making this 9 and this 6. That still works for the whisper line. This row is missing a 7, which looks up making this 8 and this 7. This 6 looks up meaning that's not 6. So I don't think that's what I should be doing though. This is missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8 or a 9. This 8 looks down, making this the 9 and this the 8. The 9 looks up, making this the 6 and this the 9. I've got a 6 and a 9 here. So this is the 5, this is the 9, this is the 6. And that is the solution to Losing Its Religion by Tazinator. Yeah, that was cool. Because you said it was your third puzzle, I'm going to do the normal thing I do with talking to new setters. And I'm doing this publicly, and I apologize if you don't want this, but and please try and take this as constructive criticism. One of the things I see new setters do, and I did it myself when I was playing around with puzzles early on, is they grab too many constraints when they're trying to do things, and then they'll throw something new. Now, when I set my first puzzle, I absolutely did something new, and I don't regret that at all. Feel free to play, but if you're wanting to experiment and learn how constraints play off each other, one of the things that I'm very happy that I did, and I highly recommend trying it, even if they're not the puzzles you put out, is pick a constraint that you like and then play with that constraint with something else. So, for example, the first things that I did after I sort of got over some initial setting bumps was I played with the diagonal constraint, and I did 7 diagonal puzzles where I did diagonals with thermos and diagonals with arrows and then diagonal with whisper and diagonal with other things. And then I built up to a final puzzle which had diagonal with a bunch of other stuff. And I'm still proudest of that puzzle. I think it's one of the best puzzles I ever created, even though it was fairly in my journey, earlier on in my journey, because what I did is I spent a lot of time focusing in on learning what that constraint could do. And because I did that exploration rather than just playing around with stuff, and I found that now that I've got the channel, I just do a lot more playing around with stuff because the time that I dedicated to doing those explorations I don't have anymore. It was just something that I found very rewarding. So if you wanted to pick on, I don't know, Killer Cages or German Whisper, sit around and say, okay, I'm going to do German Whisper with Arrow, or I'm going to do German Whisper with Killer, rather than just throwing everything in at once. I think you'll find that you discover more. But this was an excellent puzzle and I really enjoyed it. So if you just keep putting out stuff like this, I'm not going to complain about that. Please keep submitting them. Thank you everyone for watching. Very special thank you to Tazinator for submitting a puzzle. And yeah, as always, good luck with your solving.